episode of Creative Writing Advice with me, JJ Barnes. If you don't know me, I'm the author of How to Write a Story, which is out now. You can get it as an ebook, which is 99p, or you can get free shipping in the UK as a paperback, or it's available with international shipping from Amazon. All the links are below. It's how I take you from beginning to the end of your story and hopefully inspire you to get your story out there. However, Monday on my YouTube channel is not writing advice. Well, sometimes it is, but not intentionally. Monday is Ask Me Anything. So I get sent questions and I put them all in here, and they come in all week. Some are old, some are new, some are from like months ago, and some are like really recent, and I just put them in and I answer them at random. I try to answer everything as honestly as possible. Some questions I get are strange, I won't lie. Sometimes they're a bit brain-boggling, but I always try my best to answer them as honestly as I possibly can. The name of the game is Ask Me Anything, and so yeah, I'll do a few of them at random. I'll try, you know, give the people what they want and answer the best I can. Okay, I'll start. Do you think you're pretty or ugly? Why? I think I'm alright. I don't think I'm a beauty queen, and I don't think I'm a, like, I don't know, troll. But I've kind of reached the age where I'm just like, meh, could be prettier, could be uglier. Life goes on. Life is more important than, like, I think there comes an age where you sort of come to terms with how you look, and you focus on the stuff you like, and you just deal with the stuff you don't, and you know, you be healthier for it, and you focus on things that matter more, and that's what I'm doing really. So I would say I'm fine. I don't think I describe myself as pretty or ugly. I'm just fine, and that's okay. That's all right. Okay, let's see. What's your favourite song? I love so many songs, you know, and for different reasons. For instance, I could say I Am Woman by Helen Reddy is my favourite song because I love the song. It reminds me of my mom. I've got a really happy memory of my mom putting it on her record player and sitting me down and like, listen to this song, it's amazing, it's important, like trying to, you know, sisterhood and feminism, and like my mother was very keen for me to have that as part of my life and my education, and that song means a lot to me for that. But there's other songs I love. I love Mean by Taylor Swift. I'm obsessed with Mean by Taylor Swift. It speaks to me deep in my soul. That's another favourite song. Pick one, Judith. I'm gonna go I Am Woman by Helen Reddy because of my mom. Because, not just because of my mom, I love this song too, but because it makes me think of my mom, and I love my mom. If you were at a party and there were loads of balloons on the floor, what would you do? Well, I know how to answer this one because I go to a lot of children's parties, or I used to before the pandemic. I mean, I haven't been to it, mercifully haven't been to a children's party in over a year. Tell you what, plus sides and all that. But I'm often at little parties full of little children where there are balloons all over the floor, and my response is either to kick them up in the air or pick them up and throw them up in the air, or, you know, give them to my child to play with. When I was a little person, sort of toddler age, I was terrified of balloons after one popped and scared me. But my children love balloons, so here we go. Have you ever taken a picture on a bridge? Yes. I took a photo of my dog on a bridge just the other day. I take a lot of photos. I post all my photos, not all of my photos, but a lot of my photos of my dog on her Instagram account. And so I take photos all over the place. Her Instagram is the Stafford Spaniel, if you're curious. It's just photos of my dog. Are you afraid of death? I am. I'm also kind of dully accepting of it. I used to be terrified of death. Terrified, like when I was younger. It freaked me out so much, like the idea that I would just not be here. I used to be freaked out by the fact I didn't used to be here. That's incredibly narcissistic, isn't it? I'm trying to imagine a world without me in it and like being like, oh! Yes, death scares me, but not as much as it used to. I think there's a kind of numb peace. I don't know what comes after it, obviously, but I think I'm accepting of death. I'm less scared of death than I used to be, but I'm still scared of death. You know what I mean? Like, in a sort of usual, healthy, want to stay alive kind of way. But I'm not as obsessed with my fear of it as I used to be. How often do you drink tea? Never on purpose. Unless I'm sort of socially and morally obligated to for some sort of weird British social reason. I hate tea. I don't get it. My mom drinks like all different weird teas. Like, we went out for lunch and she had like ginger and lipsang yonggong wingong mooshwit tea. I don't know what it was. I'm probably being horribly there, but yeah, I don't know. My mum loves teas, all different teas, breakfast tea and bedtime tea, sleep tea and fruit tea and herb tea. I just don't get tea at all. I drink coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. Okay. You mentioned you sang karaoke in Spain. I did mention that, and I did sing karaoke in Spain. What did you and Jonathan sing? It wasn't us singing, it was me with my mom. And we sang I Am Woman. That's so funny. We did, my mom and me on a stage in Spain, in a bar. We sang I Am Woman by Helen Reddy. See, I told you, it reminds me of my mom for so many reasons. Like, I don't sing in public, ever. I'm not a great, I'm fine, like, I can sing enough that you know what I mean, like, I sing all the time at home. And I sing to my children when they're going to sleep, and I sing, but I'm not a performer, a stage. I don't crave a microphone, you know? But I was really drunk, and my mum was really drunk, and she was like, come on, let's sing, and I'm like, no, I can't, I don't want to do it, And she was like, Judith, she's like, I can't do it on my own, you've got to go with me, sing, come on, and I'm like, oh Lord. So I did, I went up on a stage in front of all these tourists, and I sang I Am Woman by Helen Reddy, and oof, may I just say, like, I am not like the greatest singer in the world anyway, but drunk and terrified, I am really not a good singer. I was just like this. Right, not too many more. Do you ever wish there was a way to turn off your emotions? No, but then I use my emotions a lot in my work, my writing work. I use my emotions. I think using your emotions when you write is really important, and it makes your story better, and it makes everything you're doing better. So no, I don't. I feel all kinds of things, pain and fear and all the things that are bad that you don't like, but I think they're healthy and important to feel for your own sanity. Like, numbness, not feeling must be awful. In my first book, I wrote about one of the things they do to magical people is kind of turns them into a zombie, where they don't feel. They're kind of lost. They've lost so much of who they are because of what's done to them, and it's awful what happens to those people. I know I wrote it and it's a story, but it matters to me. So no, I don't wish to turn off my emotions. I wish to keep them, please. Right, I'll do one more. I only say this because I'm always worried that I'm like blah 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 blah. Okay. What is the most boring thing about you? I'm really boring. I don't crave going clubbing or raves. I've never been to a rave. I've never smoked a cigarette. That's probably quite boring, isn't it? I've never been to a rave and I've never smoked a cigarette. I've never done drugs, like illegal drugs, like I've taken like pain medication and stuff, but I've never done illegal drugs, never smoked, never been to a rave. I've done lots of things, like I'm not all boring, but I'm not wild in many ways, really. I don't like crowds. I get panicky if I'm crushed. I don't like, so yeah, I'm probably really boring compared to a lot of people because I don't do the things that make you all exciting and interesting. I like writing and art and watching films and reading books, and I drink, but I don't I don't know, I'm probably really boring. Oh my gosh, am I going to ruin some kind of illusion that I'm a fascinating person? Well, I might be. Sorry. But I'm quite dull, I think. My brain isn't dull. Like, I can talk about things and I have a really good imagination. I just don't, I'm not a wild, and I never was really, like even in my wild child days when I was actually a child and not, you know, a plump 35-year-old, I still wasn't as wild as a lot of people. Well, I've been described as girl next door a lot in my life. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It probably is just a euphemism for being really dull, isn't it? Girl next door. But I can't change it. That's who I am. I'll just roll with it. It's okay. So thank you very much for joining me for another session of Ask Me Anything. May I just say that this week's questions, some of them, right, last week were like, oof. Why? Who was it? Someone commented like, oof. I'm like, yeah, oof. This week was pretty easy going for me. I'm not as stressed as I was. That's cool. Thank you very much for being here. If you want to put a question into my bag of magic tricks, well, questions, then you can either comment on here, find me on social media. I put a thing out on TikTok. I TikTok now. I'm not very good at it, but I do it. Or you can go to Ask FM, where I have an anonymous account, and you can put questions on there. What else? Oh, if you go to my website, that's where you'll find all my social media. There's also links to all my books and all the other stuff that I've got going on. You can come chat to me. And subscribe to this channel. I put out a video every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Plus on Saturday I'm doing a book reading. I'm reading a chapter a week of the first book I wrote, Magic Rabbit, which is the one I just mentioned. Yeah, I'm reading a chapter of that a week, and then when I've read a chapter a week and released it like that, I'm going to release it as one big, like, so you could like use it like an audio book essentially and listen all the way through. Like for free. It wouldn't be something I charged for. It would just be a big free audiobook file essentially that you can listen to. I think that's everything. So thank you very much, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.